tower on distant shore, and about its peak a piercing mist.
And in that mist, the Sun Christ waits.
My lady, your words still sound of doubt. Pray you reach your answer ere we the Sun Christ.
And? Should I choose revenge, what then?
Then your woe shall be your own.
Vaughn, a word. If something untoward should happen to me, you're taking the straw.
Untoward? What's this about?
I am the leading man. Might need to do something heroic. Don't worry, I'll show you how to fly her.
Well, I mean, he can't very well do that if he's dead. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age, and here we are at the Ridorana Cataract, which kind of looks like the end of the world, almost. Edge of the world, like, and it's kind of a common feature in a lot of pirate stories, having like a flat edge of the world where everything just runs off into an abyss, but I don't think that's the case here. It's just like a really big, like, ocean ravine or something, maybe? But if this music is the, yeah, the music for here, we've heard this song before, I think, in a few cutscenes, and some other areas. Pharos is all the way over there. Now, if I'm remembering right, the Ridorana Cataract is not particularly long. Oh boy, wow, the enemies here are actually pretty strong. In fact, they probably expect you to do side questing in between Giravegan and now. I think I'll keep having Balthier use a sword here, just because, you know, he gave that whole leading man speech. Okay, despite its high level, Obelisk, that seems like it's probably a rare game. But yeah, it went down pretty quickly despite its high level. And that is just begging for a Dispel. Yeah, this thing does have a heck of a lot of health. Appears to be weak to ice, though. Ow. Well, thank you, Red House, for the arise. Yeah, if I get rid of Fran here and put Ash in instead, Ash might be doing more damage, unless she's on her, buff Gambit setup. She also has more Gambit slots now. In fact, I think she's maxed out on those. I'll have to think about what to put in those slots. Actually, I know Raze is cheaper in terms of MP, but she has access to a Rise now, so I can switch that over. I was about to say that Ash is probably going down there, but she survived. Yes, that was a trophy rare game. I'll have to look up what caused that thing to spawn, or if it just always spawns. Deathclaw. Oh yeah, that's what Deathclaw is. Deathclaw is the name of the Emperor's Griffin in Warhammer Fantasy. So that's where I remembered that from. But I'm pretty sure there's like another enemy called Deathclaw in something. X potions are always nice to have. But you know what else would be nice to have here? A map. I'm not sure where the map of this place would be, and I don't really want to miss any, I can't take him out of the party. So I just need to slowly inch forward. Oh, it was a healing trap anyway. I was like about to say, damn it, Redus, but then he, turned out to be beneficial. Cassie. These higher level Malboros have some very weird names. But they can be purified quite easily with Ash's Wind magic. I do... Yeah, well, that was a bad trap. I guess Ash can recoup that. I do remember that in the Ridorana Cataract is, and obviously it's not going to spawn now, but it is where the 50 million HP super boss lurks. It's in an area, like, it'll be obvious where it is. Like, the area is basically a gigantic arena, literally. Oh no. Okay, well, we finally got to see Putrid Breath. So, that's what Putrid Breath does. It's basically the same as those coils. It gives you... Okay, good. Varn's in the party and he has full remedy laws, so I can use a remedy from Varn to get rid of all of that, which is pretty cool. And Redas is also kind of screwed here, too. I'll remedy Balthea first. It is kind of funny how some of these status ailments sort of negate each other, though, because, like, being confused doesn't mean anything when you're stopped and disabled. Let's remedy that. But yeah, now you understand why I was talking about how much high-level Malboros suck to fight in most Final Fantasy games. I wonder if there are any... I mean, not Euclid's Sextant, which you can use in combination with a shield. I believe? Yes, you can, like for really, really high evasion, so... You know, that's always a possibility if you want to just go for a pure dodge tanking setup on, say, a magic user who doesn't want to worry about their regular attack at all. I'll see how Balthea does with the sword-shield combo for now. Probably not as good as the greatsword setup. In fact, yep, this is it. The Ridorana Cataract Coliseum. This is where that thing appears. But it is a hunt, and you can't accept it until very late into the game. Wow, it almost reminds me of the actual Roman Colosseum. Like, look at this. There are traps everywhere. And, for that reason, I might actually swap Ash out for Penelo so she can float everyone. Oh, she's still on her buff gambits. Didn't expect this kind of music from here, but I suppose it fits the mood that we're at with the story. You know, Ash genuinely considering revenge. Yeah, you might wonder, like, why are there traps here when there are no enemies? Well, they come into play in that fight. If I'm remembering right, there's not a ton of stuff in here to find. Like, the Ridorana Cataract, I don't remember being pretty big, but I want to check it anyway because I do think there are some guaranteed chests with magics in them in the Pharos. I'll probably go ahead and look that up at the same time that I look up whether that's, like, how that rare game spawns. Tough to Phoenix down. Like, usually the chests that have traps on them are the ones that you want to pay particular attention to because they might be something really, really good, but these ones seem to be your standard random chests. But at least they can give X potions. Yeah, the random chest is something that I don't know, some people aren't really a big fan of. Oh, this is a little bit off the map, actually. Yoichi Bow. Since Fran isn't really using a lot of fire magic, I could try to... She can't even use that yet. And we just spent a whole bunch of LP... Well, I'll get that eventually. Float already seems to have worn off. Doesn't last all that long, and it's pretty much essential in the Necrol of Nabudis. Oh, hey! Looks like this actually is the map. Great, I finally found one. I've been on a big streak of missing maps lately. Yeah, as I said, the Ridorana Cataract is very short. And you can completely skip the Colosseum if you want to. I have a feeling that Yoichi Bow might have been a fixed chest, though. Most fixed chests are primarily in Zodiac and not... Yeah, I'm going to bring Ash back just because I want the guaranteed Malboro killing powers of Eroga. And I was also thinking in terms of how I use Ash's gambits, I might end up, giving her a gambit to use, like, Dispel on enemies that... Like, not anything, but maybe enemies that have either haste or bravery. For Faith, it depends heavily on, Oh, Disable's a threat here. That is not good. As much as I like Bubble Belts, I like not being disabled more. I think somebody should take the Ring of Renewal. I'll give that to Barsh for now. And, Yeah, somebody definitely needs to fix that. Disable status. Ash's magic still does a lot to these things, but they do seem to be a lot more resilient to physical. A suit of charger barding. I think that's horse armor. That's not going to be actually equipable here, yeah. Alright, somebody can use the Renewing Morion now. And that somebody's Varn, because he's the only one who can. Also have the Minerva Bustier, which lowers magic and only slightly raises defense. I don't know if I'll go for that, actually. But yeah, the thing about Black Mage being kind of powerful in this game, I was looking up like a guide to, because one day I might want to do a 4-job Fiesta in Final Fantasy V, and some people say it's actually a decent way to experience FF5 for the first time, because there's less, like, decision paralysis with all of the different jobs and combinations like that, because you're only restricted to a very small number of them. Because, like, in the original game, it's kind of like, in Final Fantasy V, it's sort of like this, like, Zodiac job system, aka Zodiac Age, except that you've got like over 20 jobs and everybody can use every combination of jobs. And also, I believe you can use abilities from other jobs, like once you learn an ability in one job, you can use it in any other job, so there's a lot of crazy combinations like that, and yeah, people who are playing the game for the first time have been known to often just get confused by the sheer number of options that are available to you in that game. So some people say that playing a 4-job Fiesta actually, like, is actually kind of a nicer experience for newcomers. Well, this area is a big trove of treasure chests. I almost wonder if that's a healing, thing. Well, I guess we'll never find out. Somebody needs to heal here too, I think. But what like, the main reason why I was getting into that was because I read that, like, out of the first set of jobs you can get, which are all the classic ones, like Black Mage and Knight and Thief and White Mage, like, it was talking about which combinations are, like, better or worse for the first part of the game, and apparently, it's interesting how similar that game sounds to 12 in some ways. That's why I'm interested in maybe playing it one day, because they talk about how Thief is a really rough job to get from the beginning, because most of the early stores don't sell There's a save point right there. I'm so tempted to just activate all of those. As long as one of them isn't like a game over trap or something, it's probably going to be totally fine. Okay then! Sorry, I'm going to stop my tangent for a second to bring you Fusillade. I should probably disable Gambits though, just so that I don't waste revival items. Sten Needle. Sten Needle. Heal. Sten Needle. Sten Needle. Sten Needle. I think Fusillade is even worse. I remember tripping that up in the Lusu mines a few times and it being pretty bad. Okay, on the one hand, I'm glad there's a save crystal here because it's in front of the Pharos, which is a pretty big and long dungeon. But on the other hand, I kind of feel like it's a bit weird that there's a save crystal, like, right at the beginning of this very small area as well as one at the end. Like, I'll appreciate the leniency, but at the same time, it does feel a little bit unnecessary. A sweep. What the heck is a sweep? It's a pole. Okay then. I'm gonna go back to save the Queen of Balthier because I actually like that better. Yeah, I was talking about how Black Mage, they said, is like an excellent job for both the start and throughout the whole game, just like in this game. And Knight is also pretty good just for being a practical one. But yeah, apparently they talked about Thief being a rough job to get for your first 4-job Fiesta one, simply because, oh, there's a boss here, I think. They who thirst not. Okay. But because a lot of the earlier stores don't sell daggers, and apparently what you're expected to, well, what you do on a 4-job Fiesta at that point is you actually have to buy a whole lot of potions and use them to farm off of undead until the undead enemies drop daggers. And they talk about how White Mage, that is a very creepy looking rotting dragon, how White Mage is... It makes all of your battles take forever if you get that as your first job in a 4-job fiesta, but at the same time, you're also at very little risk of actually dying. Because, you know, you're a party of 4 White Mages, it's pretty hard to kill that. You even have, like, the full boss theme for this. I don't remember this thing. Like, I knew that there was a mini-boss in front of the Pharos, but I completely forgot exactly what it was. Hydro. That's a weird name. I guess it's supposed to be, like, Hydro or something. Hail Hydro, I guess. You are going to, as usual, dispel. Okay, we're going for Holy on it. Okay, Ash is going for Curaja. Let's see how much that does. It's like 5,000. Oh, Figa. Well, Ash got hit by that too. So maybe this thing isn't going to be a total pushover. Yeah, Redis is now on very, very low MP as well. I suppose, though, one antidote to having, like, all of your current casters sapped of their MP is, well, switching a new caster in, who has not been affected by Figa, and who can start spamming Curaga/Curaja on this thing. I'm just kind of wondering what, I mean, okay, so on the one hand, Euclid's Sextant is, Holy Element, but on the other hand, it's also, Countdown inflicts Doom, I think. Don't know what Curse does. Evidently that. Poison, Sap, and Disease, as well as Confuse. Welp, that's a problem, because the people that I've swapped in don't have good remedy laws. So, Ash, how fast can you get Esuna in? I can't take anyone out of the party because they're targeting people. Oh, just not quite enough for her to smack Balthier twice. Also, Redis just, And this is why Disease is really bad, by the way. Because even if you're revived, you're stuck on 1 HP. So it's imperative that you fix Disease as soon as possible. And I think Esuna does fix Disease. So, oh, you don't even have Esuna, do you? It's just Ash who has that. Or, you know, Balthier could just use Remedy, or somebody could use a Serum. Redis could even use one on himself. I do have Serums, do I? I have 10 of them. Yeah, fix yourself there. And then someone can actually heal him. Oh, also apparently, well, somebody went down, but they immediately got back up again, thanks to, Resurrection Gambits. Yeah, this guy really loves his, sap, disease combos. He's a bit more dangerous than I gave him credit for originally. Hits decently hard, too. Almost feels like this is a bit of a difficulty spike. In fact, since we're all up, I might as well finish this with a quickening if, you know, we're not dead by the time the quickening goes off. Because somebody was X-potioning. Come on, there we go. That was a pretty lame quickening chain overall. I had the option for a mischarge at one point, but I'd still finished it. But I didn't take it because I was dumb. Interesting way to frame this boss's death, just gazing up at the sun like that and showing the sun almost purging it away. That actually did impress me to an extent. Didn't expect it to put up that much of a fight. Yeah, I do remember this place being pretty much that one level, and guess what? There is an optional part of the Pharos that I don't think you can access at this point, but it is basically post-game. It is one of the most dangerous areas in the entire game. It's called Subterra. And Subterra is an area that I never completed when I was younger. In fact, I never even went there once. There are a few hunts that are down there. There is thankfully no optional Esper in there. The, oh, actually, no. The Henna Mines is the toughest part you have to go through to find an optional Esper. There's also one in the Great Crystal. And now we can actually loot these chests. Ruby ring. Bubble motes. Yet, I have very distinct memories of using bubble on people right in front of the Pharos. This might have been like when I had access to bubble for the first time in my first playthrough, which is pretty late. But I love the way this Demon Shield Deathbringer equipment combo looks on Barsh. Here we are.
Hey, Fran. Something's written on the wall.
Engraved by someone, it seems. It's quite old. Lo, seeker in days unborn, God blade bearer. Know you, this tower challenges the sky. Where the watcher, the ward of the three waits, soul hungry, unsated. He without power, want it not. He with power, trust it not. He with sight, heed it not. Rend illusion, cut the true path. In blood, Wraithwall.
The Dynast King?
Does it startle you? The Dynast King took his sword from the Ocuria. It was here he claimed the Nethicite. He must have known he was not the last the Ocuria would choose. He left this for you. Rend illusion, cut the true path. Words of much mystery, yet his blood runs in your veins. Perhaps it whispers to you the truth.
Wow, each individual level gets its own title text. So, this is the Pharos. This place is, for all intents and purposes, the final dungeon. As I said before, there is an area after this, but it's is really just a boss gauntlet. This is the final dungeon of the game, and if I'm remembering right, oh boy, is it a doozy. There's a lot to this place. And so much so that we have an elevator here that we can, I think, unlock later on. Power, wisdom, mist. Not courage, just mist. So basically, only people chosen by the Ocuria / party members are allowed in here. Threshold of Knight and Watcher. There's a lot of cryptic advice in this place, but also I just found out that the Abelisk that we just fought in the Ridorunner Cataract, it just has a 30% chance of spawning in that first area, so nothing too special or anything. Altar of Night. Oh, this music. I know we've heard this music before. I think it was in a cutscene. So we have to offer forth the black orbs, but also there is a chest here. Don't think I didn't notice you there, but it was only Gil. I still have always liked this sort of upward spiral of rising water. Just thought that was very cool. I'm currently using the level 43 club. And we'll see what kind of enemies await us in here. Oh. Face chickens! Chimera Brain, that is. 3,000 damage and still only that much. Although if Barsh is doing... actually, he's doing 3,000 with a single attack because he has that, HP attack boost gambit. But he does, I think, well, he just got petrified, but he does have the Ring of Renewal right now. Redas, I think you are programmed to use a Golden Needle. I think somebody already did. So yeah, hopefully this Ring of Renewal keeps Barsh healthy, and it means that he makes the most use of his strength buff at full HP. Yeah, Balthier is still level 43. I was thinking he was high because I've used him a lot lately. Balthier poached that thing before Redas's Holy Spell hits. Another downside of animations that take a while. That was probably just flavor. I know that there is like some kind of gimmick later on. Mistmare. A lot of the enemies here have some status ailments, positive status ailments, and other dangerous effects. Aquagarth, only we could use that ourselves. Wouldn't that be nice? I don't know why they do that. They make an entire elemental line of spells, and then they're like, oh, actually, no, only enemies get to use these. Oh, that's why we're targeting it. It can teleport towards us. Let's target this one first. I mean, right now, this isn't exactly the most interesting of parties, but that may change as we go up through this place. Oh yeah, Penelo doesn't have her haste gambit set on. Maybe with how dangerous the enemies are here, I should actually set her to be casting haste on people. Oh, that's going to run her MP down very, very quickly, but slow might help against the enemies here too. Oh. I got slowed immediately after, immediately after I got hasted, because of course. I'm just looking up treasures right now, and that Yoichi bow that I found in the Colosseum is actually a random treasure. You can also get Great Axe, Holy Lance, and Ame no Murakumo. Actually, speaking of which, didn't I had the Holy Lance this whole time, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I don't have the license for it, but I could have equipped that against Carrot, actually. In fact, I could have equipped that on Barsh and fought that previous mini-boss. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Yes, you does have Libra. I was wondering about, whether I could Libra things. Are weak to Holy. I don't know if 85 LP is going to be enough, though. Nope, 60's enough. Let's take that. Because I think there are a lot of enemies that are weak to Holy in here, despite the fact this is supposed to be a holy land of the Undying. Maybe that just shows how unholy those things actually are. Flurry Kick sounds like a Street Fighter thing. Yeah, this is doing quite a lot of damage to them. Okay, we're getting these black orbs now. So we're supposed to offer these up to one of the statues. Yeah, the Pharos is a very interesting place because it has a lot of wow, Redis is really going to town with those level ups. It has a lot of unique gimmicks on each of its the end of this Holy Lands looks like an umbrella, I'm so sorry. But on each of its areas it does have some interesting gimmicks. Oh, they're immune to slow. Well, that gambit's going off then. Yeah, I do wish there were gambits that were like faux status vulnerable status, because otherwise people will just keep wasting these spells on enemies that are immune to them. And it looks like we have a locked door up here. And yes, we're on the second floor. Threshold of Knights. Yeah, we've heard about the Threshold of Night. Hermes Sandals. Who can use that? Yeah, it gives you haste. Fran, Barsh, and Ash can all use that. Well, you still have... may as well give the Hermes Sandals to you. Oh, it also buffs strength, though, by a significant amount. But I do really like the Ring of Renewal at the same time. I'll actually do... I know that I said before, oh yeah, the Ring of Renewal is great on Barsh. But Permanent Haste and Increased Strength is good too. It will also, by proxy, save MP on Penelo, because she won't have to be casting Haste on Barsh all the time. I actually feel like Barsh should hit one of these, and then hit the next one, because, you know, the rest of them will finish... Like, Redis's Holy will deal the rest of the blow. I feel like I'm wasting attacks by focusing them all on a single enemy. I wonder if this is a Mimic or not! It's another Mimeo. We saw these back in the, I think it was the Barheim Passage, and I guess this is technically the first time you're required to encounter them. Don't know if there's some kind of counter for how many of the Orbs of Night, or the Dark Orbs that you have. I impaled you in the face with a lance, and apparently you parried it. So yeah, here, I'm going to switch Barsh over to attacking the next one. Because they'll easily just kill off the, remainder. Still feels like I'm attacking a little slowly with this lance. Yeah, I don't know how many of these black orbs that I, need. Okay, good, that missed. I was thinking somebody's getting stoned, but, no. I was saying before that the Pharos, in a lot of ways, it actually reminds me of a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, well, dungeon. There's this kind of really tall tower on the edge of the world that's like our final main destination of the story. And we've got a Griamore Airhead! I'll still always call it that. Oh, there are a lot of very dangerous status ailments in here. I almost wish that, Esunagut was like a thing. But Barsh at least has Esuna that he can just use one at a time on people, very slowly. I'm going to modify Penelo's Gambits a little bit. I'm actually going to keep her on Raise and not Arise, just because I wanted to save her MP for things like Haste. But I'm also setting both her and Ash to cast Esuna whenever... But I'm setting Ash to only cast Esuna when she's not in battle. I'm not sure if that's going to be much of a... be a bit of an issue later on, and this still just looks like an umbrella to me, the end of this Holy Lance. It's just kind of silly looking. I also think I missed a treasure in the first area. Yes, we only have a map of the first Ascent. Yeah, see, all of this is all just the first Ascent. There's more than that. Way more than that. I might want to try and... Was that a... Did that Dark Orb just fly away? Feels like it did. I might want to try and head back and see if I can put the orbs into that thing. I don't think I read this inscription before. Yeah, basically just, you know, there are orbs here, you can only find them in the tower, you need them to progress. Pretty simple. Wow, these things have like 9,000 HP just on a basic enemy. Yeah, the Pharos really does not mess around. I still love that water fountain there. Yeah, the Berserker Braces are an item in the first part of this place, and I'm guessing that gives you like automatic Berserk status. Use a Black Orb. Like, how many do we need? Maybe you just need, like, a couple of them. The first seal has been broken. Threshold of Knights. Okay. Looks like we've only, broken one seal on that one. Okay, there is a thing here. Second seal. How many of these seals are there? There's an area down this lower part of the bottom one that I didn't get to yet. Doesn't seem like there's any inscription in there. And we might as well kill this obvious mimic. So I feel like maybe there's a third seal that we need to break that's like around the front of the first area. Oh yeah, this one doesn't look open. Okay, that would be all three of them. I feel like this is probably for later. And then I want to go back into this first area and just see if I can pick up those Berserker braces, which I'm like, I would have reacted if I had got them, so yeah, they're over here. And this chest is guaranteed in Zodiac only. Yep, there they are, Berserker braces, which let me see if I was right about those. Yep, they give you Berserk status. Don't equip those on your lead character while exploring, because you can't control people, like, at all on the field while they're berserked. So you just be stuck in place without being able to move. And with that, I think now would be a good time to stop for a bit and continue up the Pharos next time. We're going to be in here for quite a while.